Hey everyone, my name is Chloe, and today I'm here to talk about my most anticipated releases for January. So, Christmas is over, the Christmas book publication has stopped, all the cutesy romances are done for me, and so I'm really excited to get into some thrillers and things. So you will notice that this is a lot of thrillers, a lot of women's fiction, and just should be prime time reading with these releases. So let's just go ahead and start with January 3rd. It's The Stay-at-Home Mother by Nicole Trope. So, hi, that's me. This is about a baby that goes missing, and a mom gets a call, this baby goes missing, this mom, puts a whole missing person report, everything's going on. She's got her baby's picture up on, this missing kids, website or whatever, and some woman calls and is like, hey, why do you have my kid's picture on this missing picture, or missing kid board, or whatever? So whose kid is it? I don't know. Is it a mistake? I hope it's not just oh, they look alike or something. But I hope it's a good one. Next is January 10th. So we have Just the Nicest Couple by Mary Kubica. And this one is one that you've probably heard about before. Mary Kubica is a pretty well-known thriller author, and she's one that I have really enjoyed before. And this is about a husband is missing, and I think the woman's best friend maybe knows something about it and is trying to keep it secret. So I don't really know what's going on. I don't really want to know a whole lot more. Mary Kubica is enough to make me pick it up and just see. So hopefully that's great. Next is Regrets Only by Kieran Scott. So this one has a tagline of something like Big Little Lies, and it's about murder in the PTA. And that's all I really want to know. I think the PTA president is this beautiful, perfect girl, and she's married to our main character's high school crush or something. There's a lot going on. There's a murder in the PTA, and I love Big Little Lies, and I just love that trope, I guess. That's not really a trope, but I'm intrigued. Next is The Engagement by Samantha Hayes, and that has a tagline of "You thought you'd escaped him until he got engaged to your daughter." Which, what? And so, I don't know. I don't think I've heard of Samantha Hayes. I don't think I've read anything by her. So, taking a little bit of a gamble, but that's all I want to know because I don't think I've read anything like that, and it sounds really interesting to me. Next is January 17th. So we have The Backup Plan by Jill Shalvis. And this is number 3, I think, in the Sunrise Cove series. And I don't really care. Most of her stuff you can read as standalones. You might not know some relationships, backstories, but overall it's fine. And I think Bree, my good friend she is now Bree Unabashedly on Instagram, I think she really liked this. I know she got an early copy and read it, and I think she really liked it. And it's about this woman who owns a bed and breakfast with her 2 friends. They're now estranged. One's a former best friend and one's a former crush. And now I think something happens to the bed and breakfast where they have to come together to try to fix it. And it just sounds good. The cover is so cute. And I'm looking out the window right now, and it is snowing, and it's just this cover is perfect for right now. So I really want to try it. Next is The Sisters We Were by Wendy, Willis, Baldwin, I believe. And this is interesting. I'm really intrigued by this, and it could go either really good or really bad. So this is about 2 estranged sisters. One is a runner and lives in Dallas, I think. And then the other is morbidly obese and really struggles. Her weight is now impacting her health. And there's talk in the blurb about body positivity and stuff, and I really hope this is handled well. The 2 have to come back together to take care of their mother, and I am really nervous. I am a firm believer in health at every size, that you cannot look at somebody and know their health status based on their weight. Hard pass on that. And so I hope this isn't hey, she runs all the time, she's super healthy. Hey, she's overweight, she's really unhealthy, because that is not necessarily the case. And so I hope this is done tastefully and well, but I don't know. I don't know where it's going to go. So yeah, I'm really intrigued, but hope it cautiously optimistic. Next is A Guide to Being Just Friends by Sophie Sullivan. So I just said cutesy romances were done for me, and that's true for the most part, except this one has the taglines of When Harry Met Sally, and it's blurred by Sarah Adams. Two things that will make me pick it up. It also has 500 Days of Summer as like a comparison, but I don't know what that is. I think it's a movie, maybe. I don't know. So this is about a woman who wants like career success. She's trying to get her business up and running and get it successful. He wants companionship, but not necessarily passion, and it's their romance. And like I said, with those blurbs, it may do me dirty. Blurbs have definitely done me dirty before, but I have to try. When Harry Met Sally is a really good movie and like really good trope. I love A Friends to Lovers, so fingers crossed. Next is January 20th. So this is One Day With You by Shari Low, and this one sounds like really good. This is a book that is told in 24 hours. So if you do not like those books, maybe this won't be the book for you. I don't have a firm opinion one way or the other on if I really like those books or really don't. And so it's 24 hours. One woman says goodbye to her husband, like as he goes to work or whatever, and she goes into labor, or maybe he's traveling. I don't really know. She goes into labor. Another man leaves, says goodbye to his wife, and then finds out his wife's been lying to him for years. Then there's a widow who is friends with both couples, and she has to make the decision to like rekindle something with an old flame or stay with the one in labor, I think. And it says, the tagline is, let's see, 2 fateful goodbyes, 2 unexpected hellos, and 24 hours that will change everything. So I think that like those kind of books often make me think like, what, you know, I mean, I love the sliding doors trope, you guys know that, and it kind of makes me think like what would happen, you know, I mean, one day can change your life. It really, really can. And so hopefully we'll see that in a good way in these stories. Next is January 26th. And this is Josh and Emma the Second Time Around by Sarah Reddy. And this is the sequel to Josh and Emma Make a Baby. And I have not read that, so I mean, I should probably read that first because I know it follows the same Josh and, did I say Emma or Gemma? It's Gemma. It follows the same couple. So in the first one, I think they start dating and she gets pregnant and now they're engaged and pregnant. And this one talks about what happens after the happily ever after. What happens when things get hard? What happens when something hard happens to your life? You're married, it's over, and what happens after the happily ever after. So I love that. You guys know I really like marriage and trouble stories and just books that explore that question of what happens after happily ever after, because so often romances are like, and then they get married and have a baby. Well, that is just the beginning of life with your partner, and there's a lot to explore after that. So I've learned now almost 7 years into marriage or whatever. So yeah, I'm excited to see what that does. But I will, if I pick that up, I will pick up the first one first. It sounds cute. I really hope so. Next is January 31st. So we have The Exiles by Jane Harper. So I don't think I have read a Jane Harper book, and yet they're always super hyped, and I've heard great things, and so I really want to. This one is about a mom that goes missing and leaves her baby in a stroller, and now it's a year later, and everybody's like coming together for a celebration, and it's number 3, I think, in a series about Aaron Falk. I think he's the name of the investigator or whatever. So he's there, a part of this, and he thinks there's more to like this friend group and more to the story than we know. So I've heard the Australian setting is always like a character in and of itself, and I'm just curious like what would make a mom disappear and leave her baby? What happened? So hopefully we find that out. And then we've got The Doctor's Wife by Daniel Hurst. And this one is told from the wife's perspective. And it's about this doctor. Everybody thinks he's Mr. Perfect. He thinks their lives are perfect. Like everything's just hunky-dory, except everyone loves him except his wife. And he has got a past. They just moved to kind of cover up or get rid of or run away from the past. And I think she's maybe out for like revenge or something. I don't really know. So sounds like an interesting thriller. So those are the books I am really excited to read in January. I don't know if I'll actually read them. Some of them I've requested on NetGalley, and some of them I'm trying to get different ways so I can actually read them. But regardless, they're going on my 2023 TBR, and I can't wait to read them. So let me know if you are interested in any of these or what you are excited about for January. And also let me know, what kind of books do you like to read in January? Like, I know people go kind of hard on the cozy stuff. Like, October through December because of the Christmas spirit. I know Christmas books and cozies and kind of getting into the fall Christmas spirit. And then what happens after? Like, I feel like January is always kind of a long gray month. And so what do you like to read? So that is it. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.